guys, it's Simon here. I'm really sorry I haven't updated in such a long time. My iPad battery went flat, and then just as that happened, work started to inundate on me, so I was really trying to helter-skelter get everything back together so I could be on track for school. But I'm on holidays now, so I've decided to pick up back where we started off, at the 6th Hump Day Hopkins rehash, which is essentially where I go through Katie Hopkins's Twitter feed, Katie Hopkins being a controversial journalist, and I read back her tweets and say whether I agree with them or not. Now, I wanted to do this with the stuff that I originally started off with, but I tried getting down there and it wouldn't load any further, so I'm rewinding the whole rehash and I'm starting again with this week, so today's date being the 30th and going through to the 23rd, so hopefully, please iPad don't explode on me. So, without further ado, here we go. Happy Mummy tweeted, Suni LaBouffe, stop tweeting me about Katie Hopkins. I don't give a toss about your opinion. I like her, you don't, simple. Well thought on that one. I'm going to retweet and favourite it. A Katie tweet now. Instagram has changed people's capacity to think clearly and rationally. Blink, pick. Blink, emotional overreaction. To be fair, my sister found that one a bit funny. Katie's next one. Don't give me a life is a life nonsense. The pro-choice debate does not end because you saw a pic and felt sorry for a baby with no future. I assume that I know what she's talking about, but I'll reserve that discussion for when I get down there. Malbert Lee says, love Katie Hopkins as Katie Rules. What a brilliant show. I hope there'll be a new season coming soon. I hope so too. Maybe one day if the blog gets big enough, maybe she'll invite me on. So hopefully something good happens. Okay, next up. Note to Corbyn, if you claim to be straight talking, delivering honest politics, best not to plagiarise text older than Kinnock. I honestly don't know enough about British politics to comment on that, so I'm going to leave it there. Time for Katie Hopkins to replace David Cameron as our Prime Minister. I'm not too sure about that. Katie might not be screwed up when it comes to her university activities, but the idea of giving her a lot of power is just a little bit unnerving to me. I'm not sure what she'd do when she was in Parliament, though. I hope she wouldn't be a disastrous leader, like order the deaths of every single fat person. See, this is where I kind of draw the line when it comes to Katie Hopkins' hate. And I ask haters to honestly look and think about this in the head. If Katie was really leading a elitist sort of thing, and she would probably know the best how to take down these people. If she was running an elitist thing, every single person she hates, which is around like 95% of the United Kingdom, would all be dead by now. Just think of it like that. There are other people who manipulated things to get where they are. Like, look at Adolf Hitler, for example. Now, you cannot compare Katie to Hitler, because Katie's only said these things. She's not gone out and actually started slaughtering all the people that piss her off. That was what Hitler ended up doing. That's where I stand permanently on the issue. There are other people that hate in the world other than Katie. So, people who are hating, please get your sock out of your asses and go and hate on someone who really does need that hate. And maybe spread something about charity whilst you're at it. It doesn't get enough coverage today. Along with environment, that also does not get enough coverage. So let's move on. So I'm not sure about Katie's Prime Minister. We'll see what happens. LBC interview, Katie telling it like it is, bang up against a typical clueless lefty loon. I don't have my earphones, so I won't be able to listen to it. A bald woman with a ponytail reporting Katie Hopkins to the police for hate crimes against fatties won't stop being funny. I found it quite irritating, to be honest, when I watched that. Like, you're going into a conference with Katie Hopkins. If you are of a larger size, you are going into a conference with Katie Hopkins, what do you think she's going to target? she is going to target your weight because she has stated many times that she hates fat people. So it's a better idea to go in expecting that that's going to happen rather than get in there and then suddenly realize and then try and use that to your advantage. It's like, who did you think you were going to see? The Pope? Moving on. Touching emails from hopeful parents with the courage to make kinder decisions for a baby they knew was not to be. Brave doesn't come close. I think I'll get down to this in a minute and I'll probably... and then the roller coaster will dip down and I'll explode. Okay. Katie, a pal in the US just sent me a furious SMS demanding to know who this Katie woman is. Not too sure how to respond. Don't. Just leave it. Or just message back, better than this Ann Coulter lady. I find that helps. Hell's Warrior said, someone answer me this. Who are the moronic 41,000 people that follow Katie Hopkins and give her an outlet and in turn the spotlight? You can blame most of the British media for not leaving her alone. Because if some of the stuff she says is for grabbing attention, then she's essentially got most of Britain eating out of the palm of her hand. So I think she is quite smart. And Katie says, with respect, I have approximately 600,000 followers. The 41k you are referring to in my tweets. I'm thinking the moron might be you. Oh dear. Oh, that's dropped down 1,000 in the last day. Oops. Next up. Howard A says, I'm with you on that. I don't have kids and would like to stop paying forward family tax credits in schools. This sounds like something that's going to need my head for thinking. So we'll see what we've got. Exploding Fist says, racists to be expected to be able to communicate in English while conducting business. Earth to leftard, do you read us? Once again, I have no idea, and it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I've just finished watching Scream Queens, which has left me really complicated in trying to figure out who Red Devil is, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm finding I'm not commenting. Okay. Wanting people to speak English isn't racist, you div. Oh, this must be what it is. Being able to speak English seems like a fundamental for a cabbie to me. Hashtag save our black cabs. That's generally the number one source of complaint down under when it comes to cabbies, that they don't understand where they're going. Or that's what Today Tonight or A Current Affair puts out every now and again. So I can kind of understand why that's there. Here's my jolly updated web start. Now tell me how much you love it. I'll check it later. Because the last time I went on to literally view things off the page, the episode ended up overtiming and my iPad ended up exploding. So let's move on. Katie Hopkins sparks outrage again after disgusting tweet about baby. We're getting even closer to our precipice. Jeremy. Possibly the finest example of what happens when unions elect a man motivated by the politics of envy. Uh-oh. Okay, next up. The top 1% of earners here in the UK pay 30% of all income tax here in the UK. Be grateful. We are not all equal. Some are born brilliant. I'm trying to comprehend this a little bit. Ooh, okay. So 70% of the population is paying most of the taxes. Oh no, some of the population are paying 70% of taxes, whereas the top 1% of earners are paying 30%. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with her on this one. If you're smart enough to get there, then obviously some slips are going to occur. Spot on are always from the bringer of truth to the feckless Katie Hopkins. Nice one. And it's due to this one. Oh, sorry. There was garlic bread as a side for tonight's dinner, so I naturally pigged out. Next up. Maternity leave for the self-employed. No thank you, lovely. I chose to have children. The taxpayer didn't. Own your problem. Ouch. Well, generally, if they are self-employed, they'd be able to take maternity leave because they're employing themselves. They don't have to worry about anyone else. So therefore, they'll be able to take maternity leave because they're already employed by themselves, so they don't have to ask themselves for time off. They can just automatically take time off themselves. So that's honestly not an issue, and I don't know why she's barging in on that when you can look at it from that perspective. Okay, Jezza is proud of all the brave men and women who fought for freedoms we love. So proud he can't sing a national anthem in a tie. Oops. It may just be that he forgot the words. Then again, I don't know what this lab thing is. I think it's some type of political debate. It's the Labour's 2015 press conference, I think, which I haven't seen. I don't pay attention to British politics. Sorry, but no. Except you count that time when David Cameron was revealed to have given fellatio to a dead pig head. Yeah. Nice choice for your Prime Minister, by the way. We've just gotten out of our shit, so fingers crossed you'll get out of yours, Britain, okay? Good. The Good Samaritan would have been fuck all the yous to the man who fell amongst thieves if he'd been taxed at 70%. Somehow, I don't agree. I still feel he would have helped. Next up. It was wonderful to see the diversity of people in the UK. Even through my squinty right eye, I saw them. See? She can be nice when she wants to be. Wow, there's a lot. God, he's still thanking people. Never in the history of geography teachers did one man owe so much to so many for so few. Yeah, it can get a little bit irritating when you have to thank persistent people. Scott Cam proved when he won his gold Logie. Sorry. Just stating the obvious. Jezza does not believe in personal abuse of any sort. Unless you're a cameraman, then you may end up in hospital. Uh-oh. Something must have happened beforehand. But if paparazzi are gonna, zoom in so close to someone and they're in a bad mood, you're gonna expect that they're gonna lash out. So they need to learn when to step back, to be perfectly honest. And that's not all of them, just those who try to push it. Jeremy is talking about fizzing. Diane Abbott is thinking about sexy times. Thank God it's not double T, otherwise I would have been retching by now. Diane Abbott is thinking about sexy times while Jeremy is talking about fizzing. It sounds funny, although I don't understand the backing. A joke says, Katie, I'm the SNP and proud. I pass numerous empty houses daily. Grow up, you selfish woman. L15? Ha ha, you're having a giraffe. That's because no one wants to live in Scotland, fool. Have you seen Jamie Bell 5? I'm having a feeling she lives in Scotland. Sorry. Just as a side note, follow Jamie Bell 5 on Twitter. If you don't, I am permanently judging you. Moving on. Right, Jezza, I am offering you lessons in reading an autocue because, quite frankly, my son, you are shit. Uh-oh. Jezza wants peace. I want it too. Can he shut the hell up? She must really hate this Jezza guy. Can someone get Jezza to stop shouting at weird and inappropriate moments? He has bold and underlined set on shuffle. Jeremy says we don't have enough houses in the UK, but wants to welcome refugees with open arms. He says we must be clear. I don't believe that for a single second. Come on. You have a population of over 20-something million. There's a lot more that tune into their TVs that I'm probably not counting, but all those millions of people, and you have how many houses? Surely you can stack up some extra accommodation. Sleep on the couch. Get them to sleep on the couch. Get an air mattress or something. Improvise ways of sleeping. It's not that hard. Next up. Jezza wants to say, well done to the armed forces. Personal, he wants to scrap completely. Two-faced furry ferret. Oh dear. This guy's not exactly the best idea. Jeremy says refugees are welcome. Jeremy is wrong. No, Katie, you are wrong. And I will explain even more when I get down to the tweet she's quoted. Okay. Jeremy does not believe in school selection because it is important we all become as thick as each other. Race to the bottom. Yes, it's all important that we become as thick as each other. Most people want their 15 minutes of fame on MTV. It's not easy to get. We also need investment in fast board brand. Broad, darling, broad. Ugh. My head literally hurts reading that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Move on. Our IRA spokesman says now is the time for investment in housing. And Irish terror networks. Deeply reassuring stuff. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna move past this because I'm trying not to start World War III. Sorry, Labour are lecturing us about overspending. The authors of the note, there is no money left. Uh-oh. Honestly, I don't know British politics down here, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But that's the same argument the Liberals are using. I just think it's just tedious. Christ, someone get a signer for the deaf up on stage. I might be able to understand this or bust. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Not sure what to make of that, but she really hates the Labours. Which is odd because she was in Labour for like 3 times. So, I'm just gonna leave that out there. At least I think it's free. Hannah Jane Parkinson says, oh, F off, Katie. And Katie says, brilliant from @Guardian. Oh, Guardians are trying to self-sabotage her. The newspaper. Elocution lessons for the bumbling fluffer in front of the auto cue. Someone teach this man to sodding speak. Uh-oh. I'm guessing the thing didn't go so well. I've been told never repeat your opponent's lines in a political debate, but I'm too idiotic to be able to say it. I don't know if she's taking a rip at herself or if she's indirectly ripping Jeremy, but there we go. And my breath is now smelling like garlic. No vampires hanging around my room tonight, so that's a good thing. We breached the European Convention on Human Rights. Thank Christ for that, go us. I don't think it's something to be proud of. I mean, Australia's broken their human rights thing with the refugee incident. Tony Abbott responded in the worst way possible, saying we're sick of being scolded by the UN. No, you're sick of it, mate, because, to be honest, you didn't want to take responsibility for your actions. And where's your ass now? Landed splat on the floor while someone better than you is running your job. Thank you. Jezza cannot read the auto cue, or maybe he can't read. Hard to be certain. Solidarity in stupidity. I'm thinking it might be the former. Just a little hint. Jezza is going to challenge inequality and protect workers better. Particularly Seb, his son, who's just scored a promotion. Uh-oh. Holy hell, Jezza's still thanking people. If he ever gets an Oscar, we're fucked. I agree. if that's the type of thing you have to literally drag on with the Labour thing, just settle up, do your job, do it just promote the thank you somewhere else, because when you're at a political debate, everyone just wants to note down what you say and go home. And that's just the truth. Jezza naming places in the United Kingdom. Not sure what this proves, but it has made the people of Wales feel important. Oh dear. Maybe he knows the whole country. If so, I feel sorry for the times he has to go down to Essex. Those tanning salons take ages. I haven't been in one, but I'm quite sure they take ages, and then you add vajazzling on top of that. Yeah. Okay. Jeremy Corbyn is tripping over the phrase, "It is a pleasure to speak to you today." If only you could, Jezza. If only you could. Okay. I eating by example here, son. Well done you. She says to Stuart, who says, why the hell are people continuously feeding the bloody troll Katie Hopkins? Jesus, stop giving her attention. Well, until her account goes and the media stops being crazy with her, she's not gonna go away. Simple as that. Shauna Chandler said, actually can't stand Katie Hopkins. Honestly hates the way she speaks about children and special needs, etc. Cannot stand her. Hashtag hate Katie Hopkins. And Katie says, if you can't stand me, try sitting down, darling. Or you could just try muting her. Not only will she not be able to see you, she'll... Actually, that retort doesn't work for this. You should block her if you're pissed with her. I am impossible to offend, but if you think swear words, threats of violence, karma, or pity for my kids might do it, you're amongst friends. Oh dear. Damien Defoe says, Katie, can you please promote the following? What's this petition about? Ban the burqa on grounds of security. Honestly, I'm really tired tonight, and I only have enough energy to do the refugee thing and the baby thing, so that we'll save that for another time. I think all petitions are complete bollards, but best of luck to you. Would I ban the burqa? Absolutely. Alright, let me try and think of what to respond. Well, I wiped the sleep from my eyes. Initially, the burqa was introduced to further make a sexist society even sexist. You have to be careful, otherwise something else might slip off the tongue. So yeah, I think it might be a good idea. I think it might be a good idea to get rid of it, except for the people who want to wear it. If you want to wear it, then that's perfectly fine. But it was mainly introduced with sexist intentions, so I'm not a big fan, but if you choose to wear the burqa, then that's fine. That's fine by me. Just as long as you don't feel obligated to. That's the most important thing. I hope I did not start World War III just then. Okay. Pondering. Doctor surgeries should sponsor dog pounds and prescribe walks to help humans shift fat pounds. Hashtag NHS breakthroughs. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not... Oh my god. Oh my god. That is... Oh my goodness. Moving on. It's the first anniversary of Fat Club 10,000. The 10,000 steps. Time for a run in the sun to celebrate. Along with the link to her Fat Story documentary. I saw part 1, but I still need to see part 2, so I'm waiting for someone to upload that on YouTube for me. Lovely brave stuff from Douglas K. Murray. Denmark's free speech conference had it all. Brave hack spectator reads and a reinforced parliament. Sounds like an interesting article. I'll read it some other time. Quentin Devine, I'm sorry, I'm going off track. I'll tell it next. Tony says, I would love to see Katie get tied to a chair and get gasoline poured over you, then get set on fire with a sparkler you slag. Sheesh. She better watch out for herself. So, Quentin Devine, as soon as it pumps up, you're grumpy, you're a witch, with this particular GIF set. Yeah. The fact that they made Alan Sugar grumpy, that much I'm happy with. That's one. And two, looking at both of their GIF forms, I feel better about smiling with my teeth in photos now. See, previously I thought that if I smiled like this, I looked like a deranged psychopath trying to kill everyone. So that's why I generally smile like this. So, that makes me feel a little bit better. Thank you. Billy Boy says, Katie Hopkins for PM, but put British people and values first? What a novel concept. Right. Moving on from that. Rosie says, equality is ensuring individuals of groups of individuals are treated fairly and equally and no less favourably. She says, your equality is needing special treatment because you can't handle failing. You want a golf handicap for life. Katie, no we don't. We just want everyone to be able to have the same opportunities as you do. Not all of us get to write a column telling people this and that. It's something I want to aspire to, but I have to work hard to get there, and the only way I can do that is if there are fair opportunities for everyone. The society, honestly, I think if you can put in the hard work, you can get there. And that's what I would like to think, but I know in some places it's not like that. So it's a good idea to focus on other people as well as focusing on you, or pretty much just focus on other people altogether rather than focusing on you. You'll find that the world will be a better place when you chip in your 10 cents to help. That's just honestly what I think. Ken3142 says, kind of think you might be proving Cody's point here. Not going to bother looking back through. Twitterati, opinions are not right or wrong. This is not an exam, and no one made you invigilator. Long British words. They're not good, at 11 o'clock in the evening. So, it's just what they think. And honestly, I'm sitting here going through her opinions, but honestly, if she sees this, she may hate on me just because I'm a vlogger, but she's honestly not going to give a shit about what I say. So, the reason why I do this is to kind of spread out my opinion at least as well. Kind of the same as her, except I'm doing it at face value through camera. And Tash says, I've reported Katie Hopkins. Okay, it's about that tweet. I'll wait till we get there. Katie Hopkins dead right. Equality is a myth. You are what make yourself. Feminism is a blame culture for some women's fate. Can I punch this guy in the face? Seriously. Women are not given fair opportunities. And I'm going to say that honestly now. You cannot pin this on some women's failures. Some girls may be horrible at their jobs and may seek that as a reason. But there are some people, and there are a lot of people, that are just ridiculed purely because of their gender. You cannot disregard them. Full stop. We need equality on both sides of the fence. I don't care if you think that equality is a myth until both men and women are able to be treated fairly. This world is going to go to the shits. And most of it has already gone to the shits, to be honest. Don't ask for special equal treatment. Demand equitable treatment. We are not all the same. We do not want to be paid the same as each other. Which, what you say, but other people may think differently. We have dropped down the thing, and it's only going to get worse, I think. David says, I agree with her 100%. Help does not have to mean taking on what we cannot afford. They're also the terrorist threat. I'll look through later. Lindsay Roberts, everyone needs to report to Hopkins for this shameful, disgusting tweet. I know the one she's talking about, so I'm going to wait till we get there. We are not all equal. Some people aren't worth the effort. Greed, envy, lust, and want are the master motivators. Rosie says, what the fuck is wrong with you, Katie? It's called equality. People are angry because even after so much, people aren't treated. There's more to this tweet, I think. No, there isn't. You can't just give up on the world like that. There are some things you can give up on, but you can't just give up on every single human being. I've reiterated the point above, so I'm not going to go into it any further. And here we come. Feminism in London. Will you help us reach out to disadvantaged women by sponsoring a couple of tickets for our feminist conference in October? Firstly, Feminism in London, you've made the bad move in asking Katie to do this because you know exactly what she's going to say. And she says, will I sponsor tickets for a feminist conference? No, I will not. We have too many angry fools as it is. Go and shit on Meghan Trainor, but do not shit on the feminists who are actually good people. Right. And it's the photo of this kid here. I'll read out the tweet. It says, playing wrong. If your baby has half a head, you don't have it. Cruel and inhumane. And that's the picture of the baby. You know what? And down we go.